Hello my friends on YouTube. I welcome you to this video. Today's video I would like to speak about a phenomenon that it's taking place quite often, and this is the runaway Saudi girls from Saudi Arabia asking for asylum in Western countries such as Australia, Canada, US, and so on and so forth. So I call this video The Great Exodus of Saudi Women out of Saudi Arabia and the Islamic countries. For those who are not aware of the word Exodus, it's actually a biblical word. It's from the Old Testament, the Jewish book. When it's none of my business whether you believe in this or not, but the Jewish people believe that Moses led them out of Egypt and out of slavery in Egypt after 430 years to back to where they came from, the land of Palestine. So this is for them is a great thing because they enjoyed freedom after that 430 years of slavery in another country. I would like also to link this to a couple of comments. Of course, I get so many comments, but two in particular, they attract my attention. So I would like to one to answer and the other one to make a comment about. These days we see that there are many young girls, specifically from Saudi Arabia, are running away from this country, specifically at the time of the clown prince of Saudi Arabia after his crime of killing the journalist Jamal Khashoggi. I think they are taking advantage of that because his rate is not so high and he is really laying low, and he should be. He should be. He committed a heinous act way beyond description. My question here, if Islam is so good, why these women are running away? Why? Why are you running away? Why are your women running away from something good? Unless it's not good. Actually, the exodus of people, Saudi people, especially men, took place long time ago. However, we don't hear about that because men are different in Saudi Arabia, or not just Saudi Arabia, any country that applies Islamic Sharia law is different, men and women, because women in these countries, Muhammad told us that they are deficient in mind and heart, and they are half of the value of a man. And therefore, a woman is oppressed. A woman cannot go any place without having a man as a guardian to protect her. A woman cannot travel alone, locally or internationally. So these girls or these young ladies, they take advantage when they are traveling somewhere and they seek asylum to any other country. So they ask for asylum in Canada, in Australia, in the US, in many European countries, whereas men, because they are considered perfect, or complete, whatever you want to use, the term you want to use, because they are considered complete. Then men at certain age, let's say 18, I'm not sure in Saudi Arabia what the age is, but let's say 18 or 21, I'm not sure. Anyway, they can get their own passport and they can leave anytime they want. And if they want to return, they can return. However, with women is different. A woman cannot leave by herself. She has to go with a guardian, a man or a male guardian, either the father, the son, or a brother. Other than that, she cannot go anywhere. So somehow they get permission to leave, these women, these young ladies, and they say, that's it. We don't want to go back. We had enough. So my questions to those who are so fond of Islam and of Islamic tradition, why aren't they staying in the beautiful Islamic tradition that Muhammad left for all of you? Unless you're lying. Okay. Uh, so that will always increase from now on, especially that the crown prince of Saudi Arabia's position is very shaky. He is standing on shaky ground and he cannot do much now. And definitely, people are taking advantage of this situation and they are pushing forward. And it will not surprise me that the whole kingdom will come crumbling down at once. It's standing on a very shaky foundation. Not just the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but actually the Middle East. Look at Sudan, Libya nearby. Sudan is west of Saudi Arabia, Libya is west of Egypt, and these countries are catching fire. And we don't know how far it will go. Egypt and Turkey are not so far behind either. They're in a very. It's not that I want them to catch fire. I don't want Libya to continue like that. I wish that will stop. I wish the situation in Sudan will actually stop. But we have a problem, an ancient, a chronic problem in these countries. And this problem is none of the leaders since Islam started leaves on his own. He has to be either murdered, either die natural death, murdered, or go to jail. That's our tradition. From beginning, Muhammad was a political leader until he died. The first person after him, the first caliphate, the second, the third, all of them were murdered. Even Muhammad was murdered. Okay, they don't leave voluntarily. Now we see the president of Sudan is going to jail. Last president of Egypt, last two presidents of Egypt, Mubarak and Morsi, they went to jail. So it's either you are going to jail or are going to be killed. Not very good, not very bright future actually for these people who lead these countries. Not at all. Look at Gaddafi. So even Muhammad himself, his followers who took over the leadership, all dead, all murdered. And this because it's actually all self-centered, self-serving religion. It was all about looting and about money and how much money can we make and how much we can take, how many women I can take. Okay, so that now it is bearing fruit, and we are reaping what we have sown. Okay, we are reaping what we have sown. If we keep accepting this teaching, accepting this tradition, accepting this nonsense, we will always be backward. Now, I would like to respond to two comments, and I'm responding to these comments on my video because I'm not the best computer tech guy. And I see the comment, but somehow when I click on them, they don't show up. And somebody told me that it is because the person deleted the comment after he or she put it. Nevertheless, I will respond because they attracted my attention, whatever the reason may be. One of them is a lady, a woman, calling herself Muslim girl, and she commented on the video I called The Rape of Safiya bint Huyay, the young lady that Muhammad raped. And she's asking about references. Yes, there is a reference in the description. Former Muslim, a Canadian man who became Muslim for 16 years, and he spoke about this subject, and he gave the reference. And if you just take that name and put it and Google it, you'll find so many Islamic sources talking about it, and also non-Islamic sources talking about it. The Islamic sources that it's talking about it, they are talking so nicely about what Muhammad had done. They are not exposing the atrocity that he had done. And if you are a naive person, or you do not want to see the truth, it will go over your head. They are so clever hiding it. But if a person kills your father, brother-in-law, uh, and your husband after he tortured him, would any woman in her right mind agree to have sexual relationship with the murderer of all of her family and tribe? He murdered all of the tribe. Any woman in her right mind would accept any person who had done that to her tribe and her family to have sexual intercourse with him. Because the Muslim, they say, yeah, she fell in love with him, or her husband was not so nice to her, and that's why she wanted desperately to have a sexual relationship with Muhammad. You have to use your head. So read the Islamic sources, read the non-Islamic sources, and make your own decision. I don't want to make your decision for you. It was an atrocity, but I will leave it for you to find out for yourself. Because the more we know about Islam, the more we know about the atrocity that it happened in the past. Not because somebody told us, not because somebody told me, but you came to that conclusion on your own. Then nobody can take that away from you. That's your conclusion. Okay? So please check the video again and look in the description in the video, and you can also Google it on your own. Now, there's a funny comment also. I couldn't get into it. I get sometimes to some comment and I shut these people up who try to tell me what to do. I know how to shut them up. They are not so hard to deal with. But this did not come up, so it made me laugh, and probably it will make you laugh. It's a joke. The guy, his name is Sal, either Gaz, Gaz, or Jazz. I don't know how he reads it. and he's writing something very funny, commenting on the video I made, why I left Islam, Muhammad and his Quran. He's one of these Muslims that they puff their feather to show that they are bigger than what they really are. And I'm going to respond to him here. So if he has the khutbah, he can really respond back and write another comment. Mr. Saljaz or Gaz, he's saying Islam is the one and only religion to, well, he put destined to take over the world by bulldozing all other religions. Bulldozing, like a bulldozer, whether you like it or not. Okay. Mr. Saljaz, okay. My question to you here is, are you going to buy weapons from America to bulldoze America? Or from European countries because they are not Muslim primarily? Or from Japan or China to bulldoze them? How will you bulldoze them, sir? I would like to know. Even the food you eat, sir, is done by foreign technology. And if this foreign technology is not coming to your country, wherever you live, you will die. It is very interesting that he is still living in the 7th century mentality. When Muhammad came and he did a lot of atrocity, really, that it made the skin of average person shiver. So probably he was successful to intimidate people and make them surrender even before the fighting begun. He slaughtered. What we saw in the Islamic Caliphate in Syria and Iraq, what they did, the atrocity, burning people alive, chopping their head off and putting this on videos. They are doing that on purpose to show how barbaric they are, and you better surrender or you will face the same fate. You will be murdered like this. And unfortunately, many people, it is horrific, and many people surrender better. But I tell you what, you will not succeed. Because I would prefer to fight to death. I would prefer to have my body shredded by bullets than surrendering to you, sir, or to your barbaric friends. Get that into your thick head. Learn. You are dependent. All Muslim countries, you are dependent on non-Muslim countries. Get that into your thick head. And I mean it, thick head. Don't think that that glory of the past, of intimidating your way through other people's mind and heart will work. Okay? You will be dead in your track before you start anything. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again. and I welcome your comment again, sir.